Let me start with something uncomfortable, but honest. Some of the most ambitious people you will ever meet look lazy on the surface. They sleep in, they procrastinate, they wait until the last possible moment. They talk endlessly about what they want to become, yet do nothing for long stretches of time. And because of that, they are often misunderstood. They get labeled as unmotivated, undisciplined, or worse, wasted potential. But what if laziness, at least in some people, is not the absence of ambition? What if it is the side effect of it? Here's the strange truth most people never talk about. There is a very specific psychological profile of people who are deeply ambitious, highly imaginative, painfully self-aware, and yet constantly stuck. They don't lack dreams, they don't lack intelligence, they don't even lack desire. What they lack is something far more invisible. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Because the mind of a lazy but ambitious person is not empty. It is overloaded. From the outside, it looks like nothing is happening. But inside, everything is happening all at once. Ideas stacking on top of ideas. Futures branching into hundreds of possibilities. Internal debates that never end. And that internal noise slowly becomes paralysis. Psychologists have a name for this pattern, even though it rarely gets talked about this way. It's the collision between high future orientation and low present tolerance. In simple terms, you can vividly imagine the life you want, but you emotionally struggle with the slow, imperfect steps required to get there. So your brain chooses the only relief it knows. Avoidance. Not because you don't care, but because you care too much. Here's where the first illusion appears. Most people think motivation comes before action. But for this personality type, motivation actually dies when action feels too small compared to the dream. If the effort doesn't match the imagined outcome, the brain quietly rejects it. Why start a mediocre version of something you want to be extraordinary? Why take a small step when you can see the entire staircase? This is why ambitious but lazy people often wait for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect plan, the perfect version of themselves. And while they wait, time moves on. What makes this even more dangerous is that these individuals are often very good thinkers. They can analyze, they can conceptualize, they can explain success better than people who are actually succeeding. Their mind becomes their comfort zone. Thinking replaces doing. Planning replaces starting. And over time, the brain begins to associate action with discomfort and thinking with safety. This creates a loop, a very quiet one. You tell yourself you're preparing. You tell yourself you're waiting for clarity. You tell yourself you're not lazy, just strategic. But deep down, there's a tension. A low-grade guilt that never fully leaves. Because ambition doesn't disappear just because you ignore it. It lingers. It watches. It whispers at night when the world is quiet. And that's when the second psychological layer kicks in. Shame. Not loud shame, not dramatic shame. A subtle, corrosive kind. The kind that says, you know better. You could do more. Other people with less potential are passing you. This is why lazy, ambitious people are often harder on themselves than anyone else. They don't need external pressure. They already live under it. But here's the paradox. That shame doesn't create movement. It creates emotional exhaustion. And when the brain feels overwhelmed and threatened, it doesn't rise to the challenge. It conserves energy. It scrolls. It sleeps. It numbs. This is not a character flaw. It's a nervous system response. Studies in cognitive psychology show that when a task is mentally associated with identity risk, meaning failure feels like a statement about who you are, not just what you did, people are significantly more likely to procrastinate. For the ambitious person, failure isn't just failure. It's confirmation of a fear they've been carrying for years. What if I'm not as capable as I think? So the brain chooses a strange form of self-protection. If I don't try fully, I can't fully fail. Laziness becomes a shield, and from the outside, nobody sees the fear behind it. They just see inactivity. Now here's where things get even more interesting. Many lazy, ambitious people grew up being praised for potential, not process. You're so smart. You're going to do great things. You don't even have to try. At first, this feels empowering. But over time, it wires a dangerous belief. That effort means something is wrong. That struggle means you're not naturally gifted. So when real work shows up, slow, repetitive, unglamorous, the mind resists. Not because the person is weak, but because effort threatens the identity they were given. This is why some of the most ambitious people delay starting until pressure forces them. Deadlines, consequences, external structure. Suddenly they can perform. Not because they became motivated, but because the decision was made for them. Pressure removes choice, and choice is where their paralysis lives. But here's the part most advice never tells you. This pattern doesn't mean you're broken. It means your brain is optimized for imagination, not execution. You are future-weighted. You live mentally ahead of your body. And unless you understand this, you'll keep trying to fix yourself with discipline hacks that were never designed for your psychology. You don't need more motivation. You need friction in the right places and gentleness in others. Because the real problem isn't laziness. It's the gap between who you are now and who you believe you should already be. That gap becomes so emotionally heavy that standing still feels safer than moving imperfectly. And until that gap is addressed, ambition will continue to feel like a burden instead of fuel. But there's a reason I'm telling you all of this. Because once you understand why this pattern exists, you can begin to dissolve it. Not by forcing yourself to become someone else, but by finally working with your mind instead of against it. And in the next part, I'll show you something most people never realize. Why some of the most successful creators, thinkers, and innovators in the world once struggled with this exact pattern, and the subtle mental shift that allowed ambition to finally stop fighting their nervous system and start working with it. That's where everything changes. The shift doesn't start with discipline. For lazy but ambitious minds, discipline without understanding feels like pressure without direction. Real change begins when effort stops feeling like a threat to identity. Because when effort is no longer tied to self-worth, the nervous system softens, and softened systems move. One of the most misunderstood truths is this: action doesn't come from confidence. Confidence is built through action. But ambitious procrastinators believe they must first feel ready, so they wait, and waiting quietly becomes an identity. This is why small actions matter so deeply, not because they are impressive, but because they feel safe. When an action is small, the brain doesn't panic. There's no internal debate, no imagined collapse, just movement, and movement rewires how you see yourself. The real goal isn't motivation, it's emotional safety. You don't need to push harder, you need to make starting feel survivable. That's why systems work better than willpower. Systems remove emotion from choice. You don't ask, do I feel like it? You ask, what happens next? This gives ambition somewhere to live. Lazy, ambitious people are also sensitive to meaning. They resist effort that feels empty. So when work feels disconnected from purpose, the mind shuts down. This isn't laziness, it's misalignment. The solution isn't force, it's reconnecting small actions to a larger direction. Instead of asking, how do I succeed? Ask, what tiny step proves I'm moving forward? That shift lowers resistance. Many ambitious people rely on external structure. Deadlines, schedules, clear limits. Structure reduces internal friction. But total freedom can feel paralyzing, because freedom demands self-definition. And that's heavy. Another hidden factor is mental fatigue. Not from doing too much, but from thinking too much, imagining futures, comparing selves, over-analyzing outcomes. That mental noise drains energy. So when it's time to act, there's little left. Clarity restores energy. Knowing the next step quiets the mind, and quiet minds move. There's also a false belief that progress must feel intense. Long sessions, pressure, emotional highs. But sustainable growth is often ordinary, small, repetitive, unremarkable. And that clashes with big dreams. Then, once you accept that progress doesn't need to match the size of the vision, resistance fades. You stop waiting to feel ready. You begin before you believe. Self-compassion matters here. Harsh self-talk doesn't create movement. It creates shutdown. Pressure without safety looks like laziness. Replacing judgment with curiosity changes everything. Instead of, what's wrong with me? Ask, what made this hard today? That question invites adjustment instead of shame. And finally, understand this. You don't need to erase your lazy side. It exists to protect you. From burnout, from misalignment, from forcing the wrong path. The goal is integration. Let laziness signal misfit. Let ambition set direction. Let structure carry you forward. That's how movement begins, not with force, but with understanding. And slowly, almost unnoticed, ambition becomes lighter, because it's no longer something you fight. It becomes something you can finally move with.